Hello guys, thank you so much for joining us once again today on our YouTube channel. I'm Tarie with Pebble Baker. So I've been thinking of the name to give our channel. When I started off this channel, the idea was just to bring up my personality and to talk about my experiences and to share also the things that I've learned from my journey as a baker. So not only as a baker as well, but my journey as an engineer who turned into a baker. So I'm really struggling coming up with the name for this channel. So I'm thinking the engineer cakes Zimbabwe. Or we can just stick to Pebble Beak. I don't know. Please put in the comment section what you think is more ideal for you, and then help me decide on the name for my channel. So without wasting much of your time, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe and also turn on notifications. Every week we are working on uploading a video, so every time that we upload and you haven't turned on notifications, you might miss out. So don't forget to turn on notifications and comment on, you know, things that you want us to share and stuff like that. A lot of people have been asking for my recipes. Well, maybe when YouTube starts paying me, I'll consider that, but for now it's premium content. It's stuff that we share for our students that come for lessons. So as Pebble Pico would also offer internship programs and mentorship programs. Some of them are paid, the other one, the internship program, is not paid for. So it's premium content. I'm sorry to say, guys, if we share everything, we'll go bankrupt, because that's where our bread is buttered. So anyway, today's cake is on texturing. A lot of people have been asking how I get textures like this one on whipped cream cakes or fresh cream cakes. So today's cake, I'm gonna explain how I got this texture above, and I hope you like it. To be honest, when I started this technique, it was after I made a mistake, drip gone bad era. This is the cake that I was supposed to do, but then when I came back to open the fridge after like 1 hour, the drip was running down and I had to think of a way to fix it. And then that's when I decided to texture and then airbrush gold, and this was the final result after fixing it. And ever since then it became a popular design, for clients were ordering it, not knowing that it was a design that came after a mistake. So I'm gonna demonstrate how I textured the cake above, and I hope you enjoy the video. Let's go to where it happens. How you ndaka ya no ga oneka yang flu. Yeah, tora.
Eno tora.
Hello guys. Thank you so much for joining me once again on our YouTube channel. I'm Tarie. For this video, you're going to need an electric airbrushing kit, a palette knife, a scraper, some food colors, 40% clear vodka, and a plunger cutter of your choice. We also need a crumb coated cake. So I'm going to use pink and a little bit of some brown for this cake. I'm mixing pink and brown so that I get a shade of dusty pink. I want to go for a very light shade of pink, so I'm adding just a little bit of pink and again about a third of the same amount of pink that I added. So I like to play around with colors.
I rarely use one color. I mix my colors so that I come up with unique colors that are not too obvious. So I'm going to mix using my ball whisk, manually mix, and then make sure that there are no bubbles in there. Today we're using purple pico colors. They are versatile. I've got a lot of advantages. They are shiny, so if you want to go for a shiny look on your cake, you can just airbrush your cake and you get a shiny shade of color, like shiny pink, shiny brown. And you can also use them in chocolate because they are powder, and they are also perfect for airbrushing, which is the whole reason why we started at this color range. They are fine, so which means they're safe to use in your airbrush. All you need to do is to dilute using 40% alcohol. So if you like this pink, don't hesitate to contact us to make an order. You can also use these colors in recipes that don't require additional moisture in them. Like, for example, in meringues. When you're using meringues, it's best to use a color that doesn't add any additional moisture to your recipe. So this is the color to consider when you're going to go for that as well. So the advantage of this color is it's versatile. You don't have to buy a lot of colors. Just buy a color that fits everything. You can use it for any recipe, for anything. That was the idea when we brought about these colors. So this is it. I've smoothened the cake with a hot palette knife. Then the next thing we are going to do is to mark where we want to texture the cake. So I'm just going to like roughly mark. Don't make the lines too deep. So what I texture the sides of the cake, not the entire part, because we want the pink to show as well. This is just a guideline. So using a frozen star cutter to plunger cutter, I'm not going to be plunging though. I'm just going to go onto the cake and make those impressions. This is how you basically create that texture. So you make these impressions using a plunger cutter. You can use anything of your choice here. You can choose to use a brush or butterfly cutters, daisy cutters, whatever look that you want to go for. Just try different cutters, different plunger cutters. You can literally use anything that you can find in your kitchen to texture here, even a fork or whatever. Just be creative about it. So as you can see, I made my lines too deep, so I'm trying to texture that part. So if you ever make any mistakes in the kitchen when you're making your cakes, this technique is a great way of fixing mistakes. Let's say suppose it's a hot day and you're planning on going for a smooth finish and you just can't attain that smooth finish. Why not just follow nature and make the whole cake rough? So yeah, this is a great technique to use when things go bad. There you go. We now have a beautiful texture. The next thing we're going to do is to airbrush the texture gold so that we have a shiny metallic effect. We're using purple pico gold, and it comes with a protective seal when it is new. So like I said, it's safe for airbrushing. The particle size is quite fine, so you don't get issues of clogging when you airbrush your cakes. So if you want to make an order, please contact the number in the description box. You can visit us on our website and make an order through the website. So we will send to where your courier fees may apply. For diluting lustres, it's best to use 40% alcohol because it evaporates fast when you airbrush your cake, and also it's readily available. Use the clear one and not the gold one, because the gold one will alter the color of your food color. Let's say, for example, you use the gold 40% alcohol, it will change the color of your pink if we use it with pink. So you want to use clear vodka so that you don't alter the color of the food colors that you are diluting. I feel like I need to add a little bit more of some gold because it's not gonna be enough, so I'm gonna add a bit of some vodka again. So at this point I don't really measure, but I inspect the consistency of my gold lustre. Since it's gonna go through the airbrush, it has to be really fine and smooth, so you make sure that it's well mixed using a brush. I'm going to go ahead and plug the airbrush and compressor kit. We have these available at Purple Beco. If you want to make an order, again, you can contact us via our website or through the number that is in the description box below. So I'm going to go ahead and airbrush. Take note, I am intentionally leaving the edge of the textured part because my airbrush is on maximum right now, and if I go too close to the pink part, then the airbrush is going to splatter the gold color onto the parts where I don't want the gold to get. So right now I'm lowering the pressure on the airbrush so that I can then do the detail that is close to the pink part. Again, I'm doing the same using a low pressure. I'm going close to the cake and airbrushing that part. So if you use a high pressure setting at this point, you will splatter the parts where you don't want the gold to go. So it's best that you lower your pressure for more precise designs. To do that, you need to go close to your cake, and remember this cream is so soft, so when you go too close and there's a high pressure coming out of the airbrush, you can actually ruin your cake. So make sure you lower your pressure at this point. I want to go for an intense gold for this cake, so I'm repeating and putting another quart of gold. As you can see, the parts where I airbrushed first are less intense, so I'm gonna repeat and do a second quart for the gold. The trick when you're airbrushing is not to have the color that you want on one go. It's like when you're painting, you need to do several coats. If you attempt to go for the color that you want at one go, then you might have issues where your food color is starting to run down or your lustre is starting to run down. So if you want to go for intense colors, make it a habit to do coats and not to paint in one go. There you have it. So you can play around with textures onto your cake to add a bit of some uniqueness and to add signature touches. Not every cake has to be smooth. So the next thing we're gonna do is to add some toppers onto our cake. So I intentionally didn't airbrush the whole cake because I didn't want it to be too busy, because I've got a lot of toppers that I'm going to add onto it. Don't forget to click subscribe, and also if you're finding these videos helpful, do share on WhatsApp platforms, on Facebook and Instagram platforms with your friends. Drop a comment in the comment section below and let us know what you think about this technique of texturing. To make an order for our airbrushing kits, you can contact us in the number below, and also use the same number if you like our food colors and you would like to order those. Thank you for watching. Till next time. Bye for now.